Okay, there we go. Okay. Does everybody need to give me permission? All right. And then if everyone could give me permission for recording, that would be great. And then that way people that could not make it today will be able to watch this later on. Okay, so first up is my Jade class. So they are my tribal fusion class, and they are doing a number called Poker Lair. In this number and with this class, they are an amazing class. It used to be a lot more people, but as in all of my classes, the numbers did dwindle as the pandemic went along. But the dance people that have been in the classes still live in our hearts. So even though they're not here during the performance, we still felt their energy. And in this piece, we are calling in the elements and celebrating being together. It is exactly what I've been talking about with community and being inclusive. And you'll see this in our faces. It was such a joy to dance together. Here we are with the Jade class, our first number. All righty. Thank you. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Yeah, we did find our challenges. That's for sure. That was in the afternoon sun. That was one of our first shoots. And I have to have a shout out to one of the dancers there, Madeline, who, when we were rehearsing, got heat stroke. And she had to choose between two dances that we were doing that day. And she chose this one. And she absolutely pulled through. So that was such a joy. And at the end, we were, the one part, I converted some Spanish Sevillanas, which is usually a 3/4 dance, but I translated it into a 4/4 dance. And that was our first time doing that in the circle together. And when we were online, we were talking about, can you just imagine when we'll actually be looking at each other's eyes and doing this in real life? So that was such a beautiful, joyful coming together. And when we were in that circle and rehearsing it that day at that location, we said, oh my gosh, look at us. We're actually looking at each other. So it was a very beautiful moment that was captured. And it was absolutely lovely being outdoors. And also to point out, we were, if you notice the precision of the angles, the precision of us moving around, just take note that that was in a space that did not have 4 walls. So for them to actually pull that through is just absolutely amazing. A lot of mental work to prepare for our outdoor shoot. All right, next up we have Maksoum Story by my Saffron class. And this one changed into a duet with 2 lovely ladies. And I couldn't ask for 2 more lovely ladies to pull out the technical precision needed for a drum solo, as well as attitude. They pulled it through. And I remember our challenge on this one, being outdoors, were caterpillars of all things. And we're wondering, where were these caterpillars coming from? There weren't really any close trees nearby, but there were a ton of caterpillars. And thanks to Virginia, she was very, very, very astute at picking up all the caterpillars to make sure they didn't step on them while they were performing. So here is the next performance. And for those of you that know Sharon, it was so wonderful to see Sharon smile. She's such a great community supporter, but often when she's on stage, it's hard for her to smile, but she did pull it out this time. It was absolutely wonderful to see her joy. Great job. All right, so up next we have Tales of Sahara, and this is my Cerise class. They'll be doing a Méjancé, and a Méjancé is usually a trailer. So what I mean by that is in Egypt, when a professional dancer has a show, usually her and her band perform the entire night. And then at the beginning of the night, what they usually have is maybe like a trailer for what you're going to see for the rest of the night. So this is an example of that, but a very shortened example. Usually even a trailer can last about 20 minutes to half an hour. So it's quite a long trailer. But this one is a nice 5-minute trailer, but you'll see the different elements in a Méjancé, where there's an overture to start, where it's only the music, and then the dancers come in, they present themselves, and then there's a folkloric section, and then usually it slows down for a nice taksim, and a taksim is when a dancer expresses her self from the inside, so it shows a dancer's artistry, and then speeds up again at the end. So this is actually this class's, these ladies' first Méjancé that they will be performing for us on the screen today. And I have to also say, I know I saw a lot of compliments about the videography. So I would like to say thank you to Devin, our videographer, who, this is Devin.
Hello, everybody. I filmed a lot of these, so thank you so much for all the support. It's awesome. I really appreciate it.
So he got to meet all the dancers, and he did work tirelessly, running around and very patient with our filming, because for these, we had a lot of these, with the groups have only been online, and when we filmed that day, it was the first time we had been together in an entire over a year trying out these formations. So it was quite a challenge, and took a lot to direct them, to film them, to edit them. So it has been a process, but so glad that you are enjoying it. So here we go with Cerise class and their first Méjancé.
That was so gorgeous, ladies. Beautiful job. I love that green and gold, and you were all glowing. So it is my immense pleasure to introduce the next performer, who is an Invoketress soloist. And she is my good friend and my belly dance BFF, Minerva. So besides myself, Minerva is the longest standing troupe member of Invoketress. So we go way back. I joined in 03 and she joined in 04. She is my fellow Earth sign and the one who supports me as I am supporting the troupe. And if we were in an in-person belly blush, as all of you would know who have been here before, you know that she would have provided a feast for us backstage, and she has not failed tonight for me and Nicole, who are lucky enough to be watching with her tonight.
Someone just said you're on mute, but they can hear.
So those who have seen Minerva knows that she is known for being a heartfelt and vibrant dancer, one that will light up the whole stage with her smile. So what I'm going to do is turn it over to Minerva so she can tell us a little bit about her solo. So Minerva, there she is.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I know that the screen shows that we're muted, but we have another device that has our sound going out. And tonight, it was my pleasure to be able to join the Belly Blush. I have been unable to join the troupe classes over the past year as I was having some issues with some injury in my body. And I also found that the stress through the pandemic really hindered my creativity, and I was really struggling to be able to participate in a lot of dance over the past year. So I was really grateful that I was able to join, even if it was through a solo number. And I'm just like getting all teary from the intro that that Mary gave. And it's true, we go back we go back a long way, and we have been part of the troupe for a very long time, and I have missed being able to see all these lovely faces. So I hope that you enjoy my piece tonight. Thank you.
You need to spotlight me. All right, beautiful Minerva. And as Minerva and Mary said, they have been longtime troupe members, and Minerva has been with the troupe for so long. She has known my daughter since she was a little girl. This one, my son over here, was trying very diligently. Come on, let's go.
Let's both do it. Right?
He has known, and they have both known this guy since he was a baby / in my belly and breastfeeding in class. So 17 to 18 years. And sometimes you don't notice how long that is until you see this physical person growing who is like over 6 feet. Much taller than I now.
Yeah, I've known Mary and Minerva for 17 years of my life.
Yes, yeah. And it is so wonderful to see Minerva just absolutely beaming. We've been through a lot together, and we've seen each other through darker days, and it is so nice to see her absolutely beaming. So that was absolutely lovely, Minerva. I'm fighting back the tears here. All right, up next we have Enta Habibi by my Sassaffras class. And some of my other classes, if you're reading the videos before, it has the names of my classes. There's Cerise, there's Onyx, there's Sapphire. Sassaffras class is a class all on their own, and they were named Sassaffras because these gals are sassy. They were also, if you were part of our pre-show, they were also the class most likely to drink during class. So for me, when I teach Sassafras class, I can absolutely be uncensored, and I absolutely love that. So this is their first time using a prop, and it is a fan veil on a very windy day. It did throw us off at first, but in the end, we pulled it together. So all these challenges of filming outside. Enjoy Sassafras.
تروينا انت حبيبي وانا بحلم بك درتيها بيديك ما عندي منكر لك انت حبيبي والصوري غنخليك درتيها بيديك ما عندي منكر لك ضربتي دورة ورجعتي تاني باغي تصلح اللي فات غير كدابا راه عارفة اللي كاين نوفر قلبي مات جامي تاني نغامر معاك هسي همي غابري مات سقت في قلبي قالي نساك ونسى هواك واش منيت قبلو كيجيني في الواتساب ملينا داك الحب كان خارج علينا سالينا دابك جيت كيفاش درت روينا دابك جيت كيفاش درت روينا حبيبي وانا بحلم بيك جبت الغدر بينا غنخليك انت حبيبي وانا بحلم بيك درتيها بيديك درتيها بيديك انت حبيبي وانا بحلم بك درتيها بيديك ما عندي منكر
Yay, Sassaffras gals. Awesome. That was great. Even with the wind blowing in our hair, we pulled it off. Up next, we have Baladi with my intro class. And I did have quite a few people join intro class, but not everybody wanted to perform, which is absolutely fine. And that's totally understandable. There's never any pressure to do that. But for these gals, they were up for the challenge, and the character for Baladi is Ma'alima. So there are different archetypes in Middle Eastern dance, and the archetype of Ma'alima is boss lady. So pulling this out of absolute newbies was fun. And it was great for them to find that confidence and self-love for themselves. For this one especially, it ended up being a trio. It's very close to my heart because my sister Grace from California, Los Angeles, who I do not get to see often, but during the pandemic, my sister was able to join us online, and she ended up taking 4 of my classes. And I got to see her so often, and it was so wonderful to see her grow. And like I said, these dance classes mean so much to the ladies, and to my sister, I know it meant a lot to her. She's so far away from family, being in Los Angeles with the rest of us being here. And it was just so wonderful for her to have the connection, and to have the connection with the other women in the class as well. So welcome my intro class. Up next, with Allison, Grace, and Katrina. I hope that you are at home. I was clapping and hooting and hollering. So I sure hope you are doing the same at home. So wonderful to see all of those comments and compliments. It's so beautiful, especially for intro students to get all of that feedback and to know that they are supported even at the beginning of their journey. So thank you for that. Okay, up next, we actually have an Invoketress throwback. So this throwback is from our professional show. So we have a professional show that we used to do every 2 years at the theater here in Guelph. And this next one is with my troupe Invoketress. And Sedona Soulfire, I know you are watching. And I've taken Sedona Soulfire's Elemental Alchemy a couple times this past year, and I'm going through her certification, and she is an amazing person. This one I think you'd really, really appreciate as well. So this is one that I did with my troupe, representing the divine feminine and what it is to be female on this earth. This one is actually called A Thousand-Eyed Bodhisattva, and a Bodhisattva, I came up with this dance after I traveled to Sri Lanka and studied dance there, Kandyan dance, and visited many temples. And it was just so inspiring to see all of these beautiful imagery and the beliefs and the magic of that place. And this one is reflected of that. So a bodhisattva is someone who has reached enlightenment, but has decided to keep being reborn into this lifetime until everyone has reached enlightenment. So that's a tough job, I tell you. Yay, bodhisattvas out there. So this one is a reflection of that and representative of that. And my troupe, Invoketress, did a fabulous, fabulous job on this one. So enjoy this throwback to our mosaic show 4 years ago, 2016. Yes. Back when we could touch and experiment and have a theater full of audience members. I do miss those days, but hopefully those days will be upon us again soon. Okay, next we have, and thank you again for all the compliments. Yes, mosaic. So we were supposed to have, our next mosaic was supposed to be 2020, but we all know what happened in 2020 to prevent that.
Rob said, what about the oranges?
So our next one is going to be 2022 at that same theater, and we will be exploring origins, not oranges, Rob, but origins. And so we pick a theme every year, and our next theme is origins. So it has been homework for people in the troupe to find out what their origins are, and to find out, to learn a dance form from that origin and create a fusion from it. So that is under wraps for 2022. So look out for that in our next mosaic show. And up next now, we have my Cayenne Tribal Fusion class. And this one, they are representing jinns or genies and representing their demons and exercising these demons and facing their demons so that they can fully be themselves. And we all have our demons, and that's why we have returned year after year, lifetime after lifetime here to take care of those demons. So here is my Cayenne class. Yay! I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a couple women who have been in quite a few numbers already, and that is Heather and her sister Jamie. So we've got another sister group out there, and they're in 6 pieces in this show. So it is nice to see them over and over again. I see they have some fans up there. All right. Next up, actually, I'm going to introduce or mention the next 2 numbers. So the next 2 numbers, I have one of my students, Catherine, and also Elena. So here, just as I said at the beginning of the show, you're going to see 2 ends of the scale here. You're going to see intro to professional. And with this one, we are seeing an intro soloist and a professional soloist. So when Catherine joined, she was in a class of intro students, about 14 of them, and she is the last one standing. So she stepped up and she said, yes, I'll do the solo. And that is just amazing. So the similarities that you will see between these 2 dancers they are both brimming with sass, both brimming with musicality and a love for the dance. So you can see the journey. So I ask you to love it every step of the way. And again, this applies to you too. Every step of the way, there is no end. It's not just about the end, it's about the journey. And I thoroughly enjoy watching dancers of all levels and seeing how they progress and how they start off and the pure heart that they put into their dance. So here is Catherine, or Kat, as we often call her in class.
Wow, that was
great.
incredible, Kat. That was so amazing.
I thought that flower was real too. We were like, wow, it matches the costume so perfectly.
That was incredible. Okay, so I have the pleasure of introducing our next performer, who's also my sister. So Elena is a multi-award winning dancer and choreographer based here in Toronto. She specializes in Rak Sharki and Bollywood dance, and she's been a member of the Invoketress Troupe since 2013. She also now performs as a soloist and member of companies Ya Amar and Infusion Artistry. And in 2018, she traveled to Egypt with her mentor, Melissa Gamal, to study with Egyptian masters. So this piece is inspired by dancer Hala Al-Safi and vintage Egyptian and Indian films. And you can follow her on Instagram and TikTok at Elena Ravello for info about upcoming classes. So take it away, digital Elena.
Wow, what a finish. That was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Elena. And Elena has been taking with me, I think I met her when she was first 17. Was she 17 when she first started? Maybe 18, but her journey has come so far. 17! Oh my goodness. Yeah, superstar. She's such a rock star and taking it to the next level. So that is just amazing to see. We are at intermission time, but before we head out for intermission, I'm going to do a little bit of a draw here. So this was a draw for people that bought their tickets early, so before 1 o'clock today. And first, we'll draw for Invoketress totes. We have 3 of these Invoketress totes. They are huge, and they, I know for a fact they carry at least 2 25-yard skirts. So they're very handy to have. And let's see here. I have 3 of them. So we've got Sydney Pierce. Sydney, you're a winner of one of the totes. And we have Heather Stiles. So she is one of the sisters out there that is in about 6 of these pieces. And we have Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams actually has a business called Lee's Belly Dance Belts.
Lee's Belly Belts Creation.
Please correct me in the chat. There we go, Lee's Creations.
Someone link it.
Thank you.
Someone
And if
link the
Mary, if you
page.
can link her page, that would be great. And she creates these beautiful belly belts that you can wear around your belly. You can also use them as necklaces. You can use them as hand wraps. And she is absolutely fantastic. So check her out if you want any of her products. That was just serendipitous that I could do a plug for you there. And for this one, so this is an Invoketress gym bag. And these are very handy. Water bottle has our little embroidered emblem on there. So these are absolutely fabulous. And let's see who has won this one. Casey Cole. So I believe he is a friend of Lauren's. So yeah, we'll figure out a way to get it to you, and you'll have to decide, Casey, whether it's you or Lauren that gets this incredible gym bag.
Minerva was wearing a belly belt, and Mary will be wearing a belly belt.
Oh,
on her.
so there's 2 performers
here's
that
the
were
link
wearing
again.
belly belts, and here's the link again, as my daughter said. Hopefully you could have you heard her say that. Okay, so we are off to intermission. Go ahead, have a bio break, grab a drink. You are welcome to stay online, and you are welcome to unmute, talk about the show.
The video will stay.
And I think the video will stay like this, but if you unmute, we'll still be able to hear each other. So it would be nice to hang out that way. All righty, we will be back in 10 minutes. So see you then. Enjoy your break.